Right. So on this app, what we're gonna do is we want to calculate the APS score for students who are coming into dynamic DNA. So what we'll require is the name of the student, maybe also the surname. We'll require you to select a subject. Select subject, and then from there you also gonna select or enter. Instead of selecting, you're also gonna enter your final mark. Then our system is supposed to identify total APS score, right? So our score will also be divided in terms of, it's either you are being accepted at dynamic DNA or rejected. Okay, so that is basically what our app will do. You put your name, your surname, then you select subjects and you enter their provisional mark on the site. Then our system will work on its own to identify your total APS score. Now, for those of you who don't know this APS score, it's very simple. It's there on your matric certificate, if you have one. And it looks something like this, right? Wherein if you got from 80 to 100, you basically get 7. This and this. So dynamic DNA in the background will have an algorithm that calculates, based on the mark that you've given it, calculates how much APS are you going to get. And depending on that, we are either going to accept you or reject you. You got it? That's the kind of app we're doing. Okay, so we've got about 4 hours to do this. So what time do you go to your break?
Do you know what game it is?
Is she not next door? You got 10. That time you don't forget, but the time to arrive at work.
Yeah.
Someone arrived late. Okay. Now, this system will also use a database wherein whatever you're going to do, we're going to store your results and we're going to make sure that they are saved for later use. Okay. So let us start on our forms. On our form, we're going to drop, or we're going to first decorate it to make it look like we are doing really something for dynamic DNA. So we're going to start immediately by decorating this form. So the first kind of decorating we're going to do, first of all, just build your application, right click and build your application so that you are sure that there is no internal errors. Okay, mine has said once exceeded, that means things are fine. I can go back now and continue working on my form. So back on the form, underneath the properties, what I'm going to work on is just to change. I'm going to work with it from alphabetical order here on properties. So I'm going to start with the back color, put it on white. I'm going to move on to the form border style, change it from sizable to fixed tool window. I'm going to remove the text and say APS calculator. Then scroll further down up until I find start position. I'm gonna move it to center screen. Oh, I thought you said I must come with you so that when we leave. Oh, you're done with your guys?
Hey, social distancing is proper in here.
Yeah.
Eh?
They attend.
This one, the illegal one. That's proper social distancing. Look.
This one, we can never get arrested in this class.
I know, yeah. COVID cannot survive.
They said they're coming. Okay, so we move on to Windows styles, wherein we're gonna change the maximize box to false, the same with minimize box to false, and that is the end of the form itself. Okay. Yes. Now, let me see how the form looks like. I'm just gonna run it, just to understand if it has exactly what I'm looking for. What is something which is wrong? There's nothing wrong on your Visual Studio. So everything is fine. You can see it's just a blank form. There's just a close button. At the top is written APS calculator. So basically everything I'm looking for, it's there. I now need to put controls. So the first control I'm gonna go with is to get the dynamic DNA logo. I think I already have it somewhere on my downloads. So if you don't have it, you know where to get it. There it is. I have the logo here for dynamic DNA. So that is correct. Now the next thing is to put the tools from the toolbox inside my form. So the first one, to make this look nice, I'm gonna need a picture box. Put it on my form, immediately work on it. Choose an image, and guess what? Another one arrived. I'm gonna choose an image on my downloads, and that image will be the logo for dynamic DNA, which is running away from me now. Where is it? Desktop, downloads. Okay, I can't get it. I'm gonna pick this one. Let's hope it's big enough. Okay, from there I'm gonna go with stretched image. Try to make it look, no, this image is bad. Let me just get dynamic DNA. You should find the logo just around here. Okay, this one looks good. Save this image on desktop. Choose an image, project resource, desktop. There we go. Now I have a better image. So dynamic DNA, maybe put it here at the corner. Look at the project again. Okay, this is how the final product will look like up to so far. So now I just need to put in those fields that I spoke about. Capture the name, capture the surname. That is the first thing I must do. Okay, so I'm coming back to my project, clicking on the form. To capture the name and the surname, I'm gonna need a label and a text box. So I take the label, I put it on my form, I look down, I find a text box, I put it right next to it. So these two have smaller font for you guys to see, so let me just increase the font, put it on 14. Okay, this is clear now. Put it nicely for you guys. Okay, so the label, the first one, I'm just changing the text because I don't really want to use the label. So I'm just gonna say put your surname. There we go. So this will be the field for the surname. It's quite big, but yeah, it will work. Then to avoid making more mistake, I'm gonna copy these two, bring it back, and then the last one will be first name. Okay. Morning. You missed the announcement. For those three who arrived. Ashwin, do you want to deliver the announcement to them? Not now, ne? You want them to settle in. Let them settle in. Ashwin will deliver the announcement. He's gonna break your heart here. Okay, so now let's look at how my project looks like. Always important to have a look at what you're doing. So you're gonna be asked for a name, like me. There we go. Yeah, but I don't like where they are appearing. I want them to be appearing on the center. So this text box, okay, this one together with this one, they are text alignment. Should not be on the left, should be at the center. Now let's see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, what I'm talking about is when I enter here to say my surname is this, should be at the center, and my name is this. Okay, looks like it's fine. The only thing which is needed now is for a combo box. As you can see here, it's for a combo box for me to select the subject together with the mark. This should be a very simple project. So you know with level 5, you attend half year, half at your host company, right? Your host company is what? PVD. Huh? Did they say they want you to come? Eh? How many assessments have you done disappointing them? Especially those ones, they just give you a challenge. Do this challenge. Oh. Okay, but before we get the combo box, it's important to rename the important things here. Like this text box, we have to rename it to not be called text box 1, as you can see under the design name. So we have to give it like surname TXB. This is to say it's a text box for later use. The same will go for the first name. Instead of text box 2, it will be called first name TXB. You can call it whatever you want as long as you're gonna remember. Just don't leave it being called TXB, text box 1 or text box 2. It does not appear nice. Okay, now I will need this label again. So let me copy it, put it here, and then maybe just say not the name, the text. I'm looking to change the text here. Okay, so this will be, let's say, subject. We don't even have to call it so many things. So let's say we're looking for you know, 4 major subjects. I think that's what I will say. I will say select your 4 major subjects, because that's what we do in high school, né? Unless some of you did, what is this, consumer studies and what. I think previously you are required to do 4 major subjects, 2 languages, and LO, right? If you want more, you want more. But I know there are high schools that do allow less, especially the high school in Gauteng. You can actually matriculate with 5, 1 language or 2 languages and 2 majors in LO. They say you have passed, which is wrong. They us in Limpopo, they make us do 9. So that when we arrive in Gauteng, we don't struggle. We must look smart. Okay, so this subject, for you to get the header, I'm gonna use what you call a group box. So there is my group box. Can't even see it. So let me take it again. Group box. I'm gonna put it here. Sharp. So the text on the group box, I will say select 4 major. Is that how we write major? Huh? Subjects. Okay. So it will look something like this. Don't worry about the placements. I'll find ways to put it all together. So the subjects will come inside. Hey, Tenda is screaming. He's angry at the students. They are not passing. Okay, there we go. Select your 4 major subjects. It's gonna come along very soon. I just wanna see how it looks like so far. So here we're gonna put combo box, combo box, combo box, combo box, where you'll be selecting from the 4 major subjects. Then there will be another text box where you're putting in your mark, or a drop down where you're putting in your mark. From there, we are going to calculate our APS and then tell you whether you're accepted or rejected from those results. Okay, and all this must also be saved in the database. Okay, next up, we want to have a combo box. So up there on our toolbox, there should be something called a combo box, which is a drop-down menu. I'm gonna pick that one up. It might be good to also have it on the same font. Okay, where is it? It's font. Okay, this is just for you guys to see because you guys are a little bit far from the screen. Sharp. So this will be the first combo box, and I want to play around it now. So I will just click here and say edit items, and I can start saying mathematics. Okay, it's mathematics major. Mathematics literacy. Okay, physical science. I'm writing the subject I did because I know this SSS. What? Physical science, life sciences. What was the other major? Geography. Accounting. We're gonna hear those who did majors. Economics. Agriculture. Come on, bring the majors. Is it not economics?
Business.
Yeah, what about business? That was not there. There's business, economics, and studies. We're putting it together. We can all come on, bring others. Others are not for fun. No, you know what? Let's mention only the majors we care about here, dynamic DNA. So it will be maths, lit, physical science, life science, geography, accounting, this. Okay. The other one is what? Cat, like cats. What? Computer what? Oh, you see? I knew. Cats. No, we're not writing cats. History. They are enough, man. Okay. Now, to show you what I mean by this, so the settings we're gonna put on this, we're gonna look for drop down style. Instead of drop down, we're gonna make it a drop down list. Then it is changed to be a little bit grayish. Increase the size a little bit to allow those consumer studies to fit. Run it for now, just to show you what we mean. So you're gonna put your surname there, your name, and as you arrive here, you're gonna select, if there's even an empty space, your major, you're gonna write the mark you got here, ne? Capish? So to save ourselves, these majors, let's copy them, then duplicate it on the form as they go down. Okay, there we go. So this will be the second one, and there should be a space in between them. This will be the third one. I will align it nicely very soon. I just wanna, why does it need to want the correct alignment? Okay, this one is fine. We have 3 now, so there's need to increase the size of my form, because as you can see, I need a little bit more. Okay, so this will be the 4th one. Done. Now I just need to align the writing here to sit correctly. Next to each. Okay. Again, to show you the end results of what we're doing. Utmost important. Right, as you have seen, this one works. This one works. Come select a subject. Come select a subject. You select yours. Like that, like that. Then the only thing left is to put the what? The mark here, right? You put the mark that you got on your 4 majors. Then we are going to have a button later on where you're gonna say calculate, and then it's gonna calculate and give you the results of what you got, whether you got accepted or not. Okay, we only want 4 majors. Where are we? We're here. Close the app. Okay, so next up, as I've said, we need a text box. So we already have a text box here, so this will be fine for us. Should we put it as a text box or a combo box? I'm thinking a combo box to allow more control again. So, but it will be of a different version, this one. So we're gonna have another combo box here, where you're gonna select the mark you got. But we need to tell you what you're selecting, so you might need a label here in line with what we have on the other side. So this one, the text, should we say mark? There we go, the mark. And then we'll bring the mark closer to you. And then we just have to change the items here. So this time around, instead of the what, we can start at, there are people who do get zeros. But you see, from this to this, it's too much. And I can miss some numbers here. I'm not going to do all of them, né? You get the picture of what we're trying to do here. So again, before I duplicate, let me show you the results of what we're doing. Give your details, select a subject, mathematical literacy, come here and select how much you got. Capish? Say I got 14%, and then you go select the other one. Obviously on this side there will be other marks that are appearing. Okay, so with that out of the way, in fact, I'm thinking let's reduce our things here. Instead of typing them like this, we can just say from 0 to 10, then from 11 to 20, 21. No, it ends at 9, so it's from 0 to 30, is it 29? 29, then from 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, and then we've got 80 to 100. Okay, I think that's how it looks like. So now let's make this bigger a little bit. Let me see first if it's gonna do what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm just interested in the mark. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so now that this is here and I see a little bit of space here, maybe I might want to reduce it. Because even the names and what are not that big. So I just reduce my form size, but it's gonna increase going down because I still need buttons underneath here. So worry not about that. So this one now needs to be duplicated to appear on all of this. Okay, is it ready? I think it's ready now. It does take some time to think, this one of mine. Again, I think this one is also ready. Also ready. Right, as expected, our nice program now looks like this. So you can basically select whatever you're selecting based on whatever you have. We don't really want the exact mark, but we are looking at your majors and the category of mark you fell under. Then after this, we're going to put a button where you say calculate, right? And then as you calculate, it's going to save this in the database and tell you what you got, and also save the results in the database for later use. Okay, so first of all, as we did initially, after putting all the controls, you need to rename them. So we're gonna rename this one. So we'll click it, we go to the design name. Instead of it being called combo box 1, I'll just say sub 1 name. Okay, so there's need for me to just say sub 2 instead of combo box 2. This will be standing for subject 2 name, subject 3 name, and then subject 4 name. Okay, from the subject, I'm gonna move to the marks. Instead of combo box 5, sub 1, instead of mark, it's mark, ne? Sub 1 mark. On this combo box 6, sub 2 mark, same applies to this one, the respective sub 3 mark and sub 4 mark. Done. Okay, buttons now. Go to our properties. Button is usually found at the top. Bring it down. As I've said, there's need for only me to change the font so that you guys can see wherever you're sitting. Okay, done. So this will be my first button, maybe the only one after that. So let me just make it bigger, change the text saying calculate APS score. Okay, maybe change the flat style to pop up and change the background color maybe to become one of dynamic DNA look-alike. Okay, while we're still here, it's important to change the name of this thing because it's the only thing we're doing now. So the name of this will be calculate BTN, so short for button. Okay, this app, according to me, it's done. In terms of the front end, it should be done. You guys already know what to expect. Okay, you select your subject, method, mark, whatever you're selecting, subject, science, this one here, you know, life sciences, this is what you got. History, this is what you got. Then you will press what? Calculate. Ne? When you press calculate, it's supposed to tell you whether you've been accepted or rejected. You get it, ne? Now, I'm thinking, where should we show you that you're accepted or rejected? Maybe increase the form a little bit going down, such that if it's stopping somewhere here, you can display whether you're accepted or rejected, even changing the color. Just like when you're writing learners, the online one. When you finish, it shows you the score underneath. You see your fate immediately. Unless obviously you bought them. Okay. So, okay, we're gonna need just this one. Or let's do this. Let's make this interesting. Let's say accepted. We get a picture for accepted. Accepted logo. This is not it. Will I find it? These things look crusty, so I'm gonna abandon this one. Just gonna go with my my thing here, put it underneath here, and then change the name of this. It's important, so we'll call this results LB, results label, and for now it will just be some few dots doing nothing. But when you press APS calculate, it's supposed to tell you whether you have been accepted or rejected. So that is the front end. We now need to deal with what must happen in the back end, especially because we'll be dealing with the database. So database will accept your name, your surname, 4 subjects, right? And after each subject, it will be accepting a mark for that subject. So you say subject 1, we capture the text, the mark. Subject 2, text, the mark, like that, like that, like that. Okay, so now we're on the database. Just gonna create a new database here. You see the need to attend even on weekend. APS score is the name of my database. Show me my database. APS score. Create a table, just one table, not a lot. Create a table here. Whether it's normalized or not, we're not focusing on that. So first one will be, we'll organize it based on your first name. Okay, surname. Yeah, son, let's not complicate lifestyle here. First name, subject 1, the mark 1, subject 2, mark 2, subject 3, mark 3, subject 4, mark 4. So for the mark, we will be capturing everything as let's start here on the, to say none of this. Okay, in fact we can also accept nulls. So we'll say under surname, this will be varchar 50, varchar 50 for the name as well. Subjects also varchar 50, so all the subjects will sit at varchar 50. Okay, and then the marks, because we'll be capturing them as a range, we're going to keep it like this, numeric character. It's fine. We're going to keep it like that. Save this as a table called students scores. Oh, I forgot one more. Results. Varchar 50 as well. So basically that's how our database looks like. I'm not implementing any primary key, nothing difficult, just listing everything you see here, from name, surname, all 4 subjects, all their respective marks, and then an exception of the results when you press calculate the score. Now, we need to connect to the database. So we do that by going to the Server Explorer, connect to a specific database, and this is something we did long ago. So this is the database name. Bring it here. I'm gonna use SQL Server Authentication for myself. You guys, you know what to use here. So APS score is what I'm looking for. Test the connection, everything is fine. You bring the database here. Here is the database connected now. I just need to copy the connection string. And we can start programming. So far, we've just been doing front end and designing of the database. Okay, so programming will be easy. We're gonna open our form by clicking anywhere where it's empty to take us to the back end. Here's our back end. First thing to do to our back end is to introduce the using SQL, using system.data.SQL client. Okay, then just on top here, we're gonna push for our SQL string to be initiated. SQL connection. The S here, I think it's capital letter, together with connection. You will sleep. Monday, Friday. Did I just hear a new person saying, someone will arrive late? How? Ashwin? Someone wants to deny now. New SQL connection. I need to put the library. Okay, the library. Library is not included. So it's time for a break now. You can go for a break. I will then